for the interview. So indeed, he showed me to the filling station. I went, freshened up, changed my clothes, got ready for the interview. So for the next 3 months, this couple was were my parents. They were my parents. Baba Noma. Guys, I wish I had enough time to explain all the details. But what I'm trying to say is, again, God showed up. I drove, I don't know how many kilometers. I think is it 2. Hey guys, welcome. My name is Tidi Thompson and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm saying our YouTube channel because I really don't want this to be about me. I want this to be about us. I want this to be a space where we can, connect, interact, share testimonies, and encourage one another. So welcome. If you are new, thank you for giving us a chance. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for sticking around. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Please like the comments, share if you can. Like the video, not the comments. Oh my God, sorry. Like my videos, comment and share the videos if you can. So yeah, it's been a minute, guys. I think it's been a month since I posted anything, or more than a month. It's possible. Yeah, I think it's more than a month. But you know what, we're here, we're grateful. I mean, things happen in life, but we're always grateful that we're given a chance to come back, start over if that's what we need to. So yes, as you all know, those who know, like I've said a number of times before, this is a space where I want us to share testimonies, because I believe that there's power in sharing testimonies. I did state that I'm not sharing my testimonies or my experiences to get people to feel sorry for me. No, that's not the intention. The intention is really to encourage you, to really ignite that fire in you if it has died, to say that, you know what, if Tidi was able to do it, if Tidi was able to go through 1, 2, 3, so can I, But like I said, it's not only about me. I also want to hear from you guys. Please, I want to challenge you to share your testimonies. It doesn't matter what they're about. I want to hear from you, because I do believe that even from your experiences, there's something that I can learn, or I can also be encouraged. So yeah. And it's so it's interesting, because everywhere I've been going, I mean, the sermons that I've been listening to, different pastors and church leaders, they have also been talking about the power of testimonies, in the past few days. So I thought, okay, I do have a lot of testimonies, like I said before, but today I wanted to share this specific one. And just before I begin, I want to put it out there that as I share these testimonies, it's not to say that it's by my own strength or wisdom that I was able to, accomplish some of the things, or to get through some of the things. All the glory belongs to God. I'm a firm believer, of Christ, and I believe in God. I pray, and I do believe that if you have faith in God, will show up for you, and He has done it for me, and I know that He can do it for you. So this one that I wanted to share today is from, when was it? I think it's about 10, if not 9 years ago. This was when I was still on a contract with the employer that I was with back then. I had just finished an internship, and then I was taken to work as a temp worker on a contract for 12 months. And I remember my contract was about to expire and was not going to be renewed. And just before I continue, I just remembered, and I feel like I need to share this because this is something that I need to be grateful for. I don't remember a time where I was ever, unemployed, out of work, out of a job. I don't remember. And that is because God has been so faithful. I just remembered now. I just thought about it now, If there was a time where I was unemployed, I don't remember because maybe something was going on, God always had a plan. But I don't remember a time where I was sitting at home, worried, not knowing what to do, not having any income or whatsoever. So I'm really grateful for that. I am really grateful for that. But yeah, as I was sharing the story, it's like I said, it's about 10 or 9 years ago. And my contract was about to expire. It was in March. I remember the contract was going to expire by end of March. And, I was worried because I didn't know what was the next step. I had applied for positions, permanent positions. Nothing was coming through. And I think 10 days before month end, I received a call. I received a call from a hiring manager, and they asked me if, I was available. And this is a job that I had attended an interview for the previous year, the year before that one. They called me for an interview. I went for the interview. I felt that the interview went well, but they never called me. I even forgot about it. I thought, okay, well, maybe I didn't make it. So just to share a little, about what happened that time when I went for the interview. I was still living in Bloem then, Bloemfontein. The job was in KZN in Pietermaritzburg. So I got a call while I was at work, and they told me that they would like to invite me for an interview. So they called me on that day telling me that the interview is the following day. And back then Microsoft Teams was not a thing. So if you couldn't do a face-to-face interview, you could request for a telephonic interview. And then I remember asking them if we cannot do it telephonically, and then they said no. I think because of the position that I had applied for, the one that they were going to interview me for, it was very important for them to see what I look like, because I was going to be interviewed for a host position, a host in the bank. So, okay, they said no, it needs to be face to face. And I was like, okay, it's fine, I'll be there. I said, it's fine. I said, it's okay, I'll be there. I booked a bus same day because the interview was the following day. I looked at the time. The interview was supposed to be at 10 o'clock the following day. So I checked, the time, and I said, okay, I saw that if I travel overnight from Bloemfontein to KZN, I'll actually make it. The bus was going to get there in the early hours of the morning between 5 and 6 a.m. I will get there and I'll just hang around somewhere, maybe in a restaurant, until the time of the interview. So I did exactly that. I got a bus. I got into a bus. Off I went to KZN. I got there in the morning, very early. And at the bus station, there are these guys who own like private taxis or metered taxis. So they would normally wait for people who are getting off the bus, because during those times, the public transport isn't that available because it's too early in the morning. So as I got off, this other guy approached me asking me, if I need transport, where am I going, and so on. So I told him that, no, I'm going to this place for an interview. And he was like, are you sure? Because at what time is your interview? Because it's only, it's still early in the morning. So I explained to him that, no, I'm not from here, obviously. So I will wait until the time of the interview. So this guy, he was like a very old enough to be my father. He was very nice. He actually said to me I can wait with him. Actually, he said I can, because he was looking for passengers and so on. So he said I can travel with him while he transports, while he gets passengers and taking them to their destinations until the time of the interview. Then he'll show me where the place is when, like, just before 10 o'clock, because the interview was at 10 o'clock. And I said, okay, it's fine. And for some reason, guys, nowadays it's not easy to trust people, especially people that you don't know. But for some reason, I was so comfortable. I had no worries or anything like that. It was as if I knew that God was in control. So I said, okay. So I went with him. He was showing me around, around the town and so on. And it was okay, really. He never did or said anything that to make me uncomfortable or to think that maybe he had other intentions. So it was okay. I think about an hour before the interview, I asked him if he can maybe show me a filling station somewhere or anywhere that I can just quickly freshen up before the interview. So indeed, he showed me to the filling station. I went, freshened up, changed my clothes, got ready for the interview, went back to the car, and then he took me to the place where the interview was going to take place. Went for the interview went well. He gave me his cell phone number so that I can call him when I'm done, so that he can come and pick me up, take me back to the bus station. I did that, and indeed he came back, picked me up, took me back to the bus station, and he told me that I should keep his number just in case I get the job, so that he can help me get a place, because I didn't know anyone around there. And if I can just say this, the whole experience was so nice. I felt like I was with a father that I just met. That's how it was. Like I said, he never did or said anything to make me feel uncomfortable, so it was okay. Like, after that, I said thank you, went back, waited for a bus. The bus came. I went back to Bloemfontein. Like I said, they never called me. I forgot about the interview. But then, after I was told that my contract was not going to be renewed, then these people called me and told me and asked me. That was now the following year in March, and asked me if I was available, and I said yes, I was. And then they asked me if I can start on the 1st of April, because my contract was going to. They didn't know this. My contract was going to end of March, and they asked me if I can start 1st of April. Yo, guys, I was so excited. I was so happy. Yet again, God showed up. God showed up, because I remember I was praying on a daily basis at night that God, please make a way. Because, like I said, I was living in Bloemfontein and I really didn't want to go back home without a job and so on. And I had a child then that I had to take care of. I also had my family who were, who I was supporting. So God came through and I got the job. But then again, another obstacle was that I didn't have enough funds for the move to KZN. But guys, when I say this, sometimes maybe some of you are going to think that this one is lying. I'm not lying. Sometimes you get a feeling where when you have faith in God, when you are fully relying on God, you have that confidence in Him that in whatever situation that you're in, He's going to show up. And even in this case, I had to move to KZN. Didn't have enough money. I did have some cash on me, but it was just enough maybe to get the ticket, a bus ticket again, and maybe to buy food, maybe for 10 days or so while I'm there. But I didn't have money to pay for accommodation or to rent out a place or to buy a bed or whatever. But like I said, I was so confident. I didn't know what was waiting for me on the other side, but I knew that God was in control. And I remember even my mother was asking me and saying, what are you going to do? And I said, I don't know, but I'll see when I get there. And then just before I left for KZN, I remember I still had the guy's number. I didn't delete it. And I thought, okay, maybe this is the person who's going to help me when I get there. So I didn't call him. I went onto the bus, off to KZN. I think just an hour before I got to my destination, because I was scared to call him, because I was like, what am I going to say to him? He said I must call him so that he can help me find a place. But there I was, I don't have money to pay for the place. Even if he can get the place, I didn't have money to pay. So I called him up and I said, this is CD. I don't know if you still remember me, but you assisted me, you helped me last year when I was there for an interview. And he was like, oh yeah, I remember. So I told him that I got the job, so I would like for you to come and to collect me, please, from the bus station. He said, okay, no problem, tell me when you're there, I'll come get you. And I was so scared, because I was like, oh gosh, what am I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't have a plan. So I get there and I call him. He gets there to collect me, and then as we were talking, then I had to break the news, because I was like, what are you going to do? When I think about it now, I'm just imagining, like, poor guy, what did I just took this load of my problems and put it on top of him. But thinking about the whole experience, I do believe that this is the person that God chose, that he was going to assist me throughout this journey. So I explained to him that I don't have money to pay for accommodation. And then I asked him, because I didn't want it to sound like I'm saying, okay, you need to figure out how you're going to help me. So I was like, do you perhaps have a room in your house that I can rent? I'll pay you rent on a monthly basis. So he was like, yo, no, I don't have. He told me that he didn't have the room to rent out, but he said it will help me. So that day, the whole day, I was with him, and I could see that he was really stressing, because he didn't know what to do. Where is he going to take me? Even if he knew of places that were open for rental, I mean, what is he going to tell the people? Because I just told him that I didn't have the money, So I was with him as he was working until late. I think he was trying to figure out what he's going to do. And then in the afternoon, I think around 4 or 5 p.m., we went to his parents' home. We went there first. No, we went to his friend's home. He had a friend. The friend stayed there with the wife and their children, and then he asked them to allow me to stay there. Well, I thought that he had asked them to allow me to stay until month end, until I figure things out. But I only found out later that I don't know how the conversation went, because I was told that I was going to sleep there for the night. But in my mind, I thought I was going to stay there with them. But then in the morning, he came back to collect me, and then we went to his parents' home. We went there. I also don't know how the conversation went, because he left me in the car. Don't know what they said. He came back. So when I think about it now, he was asking them to allow me to stay, and I think both, the friend and the parents, the family, they said no. That's what I'm thinking. So he was stuck with me. That's the second day now. And in my mind, I'm thinking, where does this guy stay? I didn't even ask questions or in any of that. So second day, or the following day, he took me to his house. That's the first time I saw the house. And then the wife was also there. That's the first time I met the wife. And then it sounded as if he already spoken to her. She had already said yes, but I remember she was so uncomfortable, and I don't blame her, because she didn't know me and so on. But eventually she said yes. So for the next 3 months, this couple was my parents. They were my parents. They go baba no ma. Yo guys, I wish I had enough time to explain all the details. But what I'm trying to say is, again, God showed up. I drove, I don't know how many kilometers. I think, is it 200, 300? I don't know. Went to a place, didn't have enough money, didn't know anyone, but God made a way. God put in place people who were going to assist me. I did not know these people. I did not have family, but they opened up their home to me. I was basically homeless when I went there. But I just had this amazing confidence that God was going to make a way. And He did. I stayed with this couple for about 3 months. While I was there, I was trying to raise enough funds, to get, to be able to buy a bed and, essentials, appliances like your maybe small stove, a kettle and whatever that I would need as soon as I get my new place. While I was there, when I get paid, I would give them money for groceries because I didn't want to live off them, just to live there for free. But the whole experience was, it was not nice, but I was comfortable. I wouldn't say nice because I was still uncomfortable, because I'm thinking, okay, these people are not my family. I think from my side, yeah. But with them, I don't want to lie, they treated me like I was their own. Like I said, baba no ma. Baba no ma. Even after, even after I got my own place, I still kept in touch with them. When I would go through things, I would still call them. I would go there, visit them, you know. I haven't seen them in a while because it's been about 5 years? No, it's more than 5 years since I've moved. But I'll forever be grateful to them. And I always prayed for them that God bless them. These people, they didn't even know my parents. They didn't even know any family member of mine. They just knew me as Sidi Thompson from Gwagwa, who got a job in Pietermaritzburg. And I remember while I was staying with them, wherever we went with them, when we would visit family, friends, or whoever, when people asked, who's this? Ubaba would always say, this is my daughter. He would always say, this is my daughter. This is my daughter from Gwagwa who got a job here. Wouldn't go into details. It would just end there. This is my daughter. And I also regarded them as my parents away from home. So guys, all I'm saying is, God will never disappoint you. God will never disappoint you when you have faith in Him. When you surrender, all of you, and place your faith in Him, He'll always show up. And He did show up for me. He always did. And I remember when I shared the story with one of my friends, she said, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." And she was like, I feel like you were testing God in a way, because why would you go to a different town where you didn't know anyone and, expect everything to, to be normal or everything to run smoothly? And I said to her, I don't see it that way at all. I needed a job, and God knew that I needed that job. And I believe that I made the right choice to go there. And I knew that He would never leave me. He would never leave my side. Like I said, I had this confidence in me that it does not matter where I go, but He'll always be with me. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was waiting for me on the other side. But I was confident that my God will be with me. So, yeah, this is just one of the testimonies that I wanted to share. Like I said, guys, this is not to this is not to say that it was everything that happened was because of my greatness or my wisdom. I give all glory to God. I give all glory to God. I am who I am today. I am where I am today because of Him. You know, all the experiences, good or bad, our God is still the same God. He doesn't change. Still the same God that He was yesterday. Today is still the same God. Even tomorrow is going to be the same God. I have changed, you know. I've done a lot of things in life, and some I'm not really proud of, but God has never changed. Still the same God. Even when I left Him or His side, when I came back, He still accepted me. I knew that He was there. I knew that He was listening. I knew that He was aware, you know, of everything that was going on. So I don't know what you're going through currently. I don't know what your situation is. Maybe you might be in a place where you think, how, maybe sometimes, you know, you get to a place where you can't even pray because you're thinking, God, I've wronged you. I've done a lot of things. I've sinned. I've done 1, 2, 3. But I want to tell you that our God is not a one who's judgmental. It does not matter what you did yesterday, today, last year. When you come back to Him, He'll always be ready to accept you back. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but yet today I can testify and say that God is so good. God has been so good. I have my own mistakes, you know. Like I said, I'm not perfect. But my faith in God has never led me astray. Never. He always comes through. When you put your faith in Him without any doubt and surrender all, He always shows up. So that's what I wanted to share today, guys. And really, I'm really hoping that, like I said, my experiences, my testimonies will ignite a fire in you. If there's something that you are praying for, something that you really trust in God for, put your faith in Him. Block your ears from what the world is saying or what people are saying. It does not matter where you are currently. The world might have written you off, or maybe you have also written yourself off to say that I don't qualify for 1, 2, 3. That's not how God works. That's not how He works. All He wants is your heart, and for you to have, you know, faith in Him and not doubt that He can do the things that you need. You know, that He can be your Father, that He can be your provider, that He can be your friend. I guys, I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying that I've accomplished, you know, a lot of things. I'm good. There's a lot of things that I still aspire to do, or, you know, goals that I still need to that I've said, things that I still need to get to. But when I look back at where I come from and where I am right now, it's not by might or by power. It's all by God, Him and Him alone. You know, looking at my childhood, how I grew up, where I come from, I really didn't know that one day I'd also be a homeowner. I didn't. I'm not saying this to boast, but I'm telling you this so that you can know that it does not matter where you come from. It does not matter your background, but you can also make it. And yes, your journey might be different compared to the other people. Some people have it easy in life, you know, but some of us have to work 10 times extra. But what I can say is you need to make sure that you have God by your side so that He can lead you, that even when you want to move from point A to point B, you know that you're doing it in a way that's acceptable. That you're not gonna go and look for, what is this? Quick fixes. You're not gonna go and pay bribes to get where you are. So that when you get there, you can finally glorify God and say that it is because of Him that I'm here. So that's all I wanted to say. But guys, I want to challenge you today. I want to challenge you to share your experiences as well, your testimonies actually. Like I said, I do know that this is a time where we need to share testimonies. And please don't be ashamed of your testimony. Don't be ashamed of where you come from. You know, you never know. Maybe the next person is waiting to hear your testimony so that they can be encouraged to stand up and know that it is possible. So don't keep them to yourself. It does not matter what happened or where you've been or what you've been through. Let's share testimonies. Let's encourage one another. Let's create this community of where we open about our challenges. And who knows, maybe in this community there's something that you're going to gain, some information or encouragement that will get you started. Maybe you're looking for answers. There's something, you want to get to some point. There's a goal that you want to to make sure that you achieve, but you don't know how to. And maybe by just listening to somebody's testimony, it'll give you direction, it'll give you light. So let's do that. I would like to hear about your testimonies as well, because I also want to get some encouragement from them. So please comment, use the comment section. Tell me what you've been through. Tell me how God has been good in your life. Tell me what God has done for you. It does not matter when, if it was yesterday, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, it does not matter. I just want to hear from you. So let's do that, guys. So yeah, this is where I'm going to end it today. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. And like I said, thank you for everybody who's been liking the videos. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Please help me to get the word out there. I'm trying to move, to grow this channel, to get it to at least 100 subscribers. Currently, we're only 39 subscribers, and I know that we can do better. I can do better, but I can only do it with your help. So guys, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share my videos if you can. Put the word out there, and yeah, let's grow this channel, because I do believe that a lot of positive testimonies are going to come out of this. But yeah, that's all from me today. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I love you. Bye.